work good on the black walnut. They cut real clean. So equipment sales, they're really awesome for these tools, the Oliver tools. This bandsaw, it's a lot safer than a table saw. This saw is going down into the table. I got dust collection over there that gets all the dust, and can saw up to 16 inches through a board. It's the tool for solid wood, you know, like if you're dealing with plywood, a table saw is better, but solid wood bandsaw.
This thing here, the saw is down here, and this thing here can go all the way up.
Yeah, this just keeps on cranking.
I mean, he can literally cut a board that's this thick.
How big is the blade? How many feet is the blade?
Around 172 inches long, the blade. And then that 5-horse motor has plenty of power to cut. I haven't seen it slow down yet. Even, so here's what it can saw through.
That's huge. That's a huge piece of wood.
And when, here, Jacob, if you show over here, these are the cast iron wheels. So once they get going, they have so much momentum that this saw actually has a brake. Because I'll shut this off and it'll just keep on going. It just has so much momentum, you know. So for safety, when this is, you know, cut your arm off easily. But it's a beautiful tool though, because the blade just goes right down the table. It's I find it much more relaxing than the table saw.
How old were you when you first started?
I was like about 4th grade.
And you built something for your sister first, you said, right?
Yeah, there was a typewriter stand. And I did all the dovetails by hand. There was half-blind dovetails on a 5-drawer chest also. That my dad built the whole 5-drawer chest, and then he's like, all right, Tim, you do the 2 top drawers. No pressure there. My dad's a perfectionist. But somehow I did it, and he was really happy. And my sister still has that typewriter stand. It'll outlive all of us.
Wow.
That's great.
This here is a dovetail machine, actually. So the half-blind dovetails, now I didn't make the ones in there this way, but this is a recent addition to my shop. So the next 5-drawer chest I make, I'm gonna make the drawers quick. So this dovetail machine has the cutter down here, and it's following a template up here.
Oh, okay.
All right, and so it's going in like that, and both pieces are cut at once. So I have a sample here. It's not a very nice piece of wood, but so that's what it's going to look like. It's going to go together just like that, see?
And the fact that this is solid here on this side, that's the blind side,
yep,
right?
Half blind, yeah, exactly. And you can see if that was a drawer, it'd be nice and clean. You could put your drawer pull right here. And you see there's a mechanical action where it's actually pulling on the wood there. Doesn't have staples in it or whatever. All my wood is mortise and tenon or dovetailed. I don't use screws or nails or anything like that, because those just work against the wood and often corrode and whatnot. Joinery, it's all about joinery. And it takes time to do the joinery, so it costs, but it's worth it. It really lasts a long time.
I mean, this is how you get furniture that lasts a long time and looks beautiful for many, many, many years. You can't do it any other way, because the wood is the wood and the metal is the metal.
Yeah, these are proven techniques, yeah. And interestingly enough, so you respect wood and let wood do its thing, but you're always forced to deal with steel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about the steel, you know. Today I had to be an electrician, and that's 230 volts over there with all these amps, and the power is good to run the blades, but you separate your things, because as soon as you put steel into wood, it wants to corrode, it wants to resist the wood, it can't, the cool thing about a dovetail is these are going to expand and contract at the same rate. So there's nothing that's going to crack there. And even if the glue failed, which modern glue won't, but even if it did, it just wouldn't fall apart.
Very good. Facebook is the way to get a hold of you.
Yeah, I do have a Facebook page. It's in the business section, Luther Woodworks. And I try to update it. This will be the next thing on there when I get it done for Todd and Liz.
And how much are you selling that for?
This is $5.50 for this little record stand here, which I think is a good deal, solid wood. He just sent me a picture of something that he liked, and a lot of my projects are like that. People, they just need something. It's neat. I think the cool thing about custom work is having it fit your space exactly. You know, you want a king size bed, you want a box at the end of the bed, you can have it, you know, you can have it just size for you.
And it's unique. It's one of a kind. This. I showed you the plans. I mean, nobody else is going to build like that. Build like that. That this thing is his, and it's only going to be his. You know. It's beautiful.
And I'm hoping to build more. It's kind of no one's building record stands now, so it's kind of a niche market.
I think record players are getting more and more popular.
Record players, yes, but
record players are a hit.
Nobody's building the furniture for them yet.
So here, I'll show you a hand tool, one of my secret weapons. You never know when you'll need something like this. The beautiful thing about this tool is the blade comes right down to the edge. These are sharp blades for it, that's why they have this on here. So that is a beautiful tool to me. That's a gift from my father, and I appreciate it very much.
So was your father a professional woodworker too, or you said he was a professor, right?
He was a philosopher.
Philosopher and a professional woodworker?
Phenomenology was his specialist. He taught at the University of Portland.
Okay.
And when he was done there, he went to woodworking, and I was lucky enough to learn with him, you know. And, we did the lathe work. We did architectural turning for a while. He built a lot of furniture, and I was off racing my bike and doing stuff. And now I'm lucky enough to be back in it.
Can you say that you fell in love with the wood, or what is it about woodworking that you love the most?
It's the creativity. I do like working with people, figuring out what they want. It's making something that lasts, that's unique, that's strong. Wood itself is warm. We're around a lot of glass and steel and concrete. Wood is warm, you know. You just touch it and you're like, yeah, that was alive, you know. These trees are beautiful. Some of them are 500-600 years old. Like, if you think about it, Lewis and Clark could have seen that piece of walnut that was in there, you know. I mean, these things have been around. I mean, you cut them with reverence.
Yeah.
You know, you look at it and you're like, wow, this is... And, you know, there's the whole thing, measure twice, cut once. Well, I measure like 20 times.
You're dealing with a $700 piece of wood, man. You don't want to mess that up.
Yeah.
So, Tim Luther, your Facebook is Luther Woodworking?
Luther Woodworks with an S. It's a noun and a verb.
Luther Woodworks. Luther Woodworks on Facebook. If you want any custom...
Check it out. And I try to update it. Like I say, I built 5 beds since January. Beds are cool, but this one's going to be on there too, the record player stand, and there'll be more. It's just going to keep on going, you know. A chest of drawers is in the future, some end tables. Yeah, I just love it.
What's your favorite kind of wood? Black walnut?
I'd say black walnut is the top, but cherry is pretty classic.
Cherry.
Mahogany's incredible too. This has some gold tones, you know, you saw on the desk in there, how those gold tones will come out more and more. This needs a few more layers of shellac and some wax and some time, and you'll see the gold tones, but a lot of wood is just incredible. You know, maple is. I was telling someone today about black locust, which actually has a fluorescent quality, so it glows under black light.
Wow, neat.
So one time I made a DJ stand out of black locust, and it had walnut legs, So when you put black light on it, you couldn't see the walnut legs because they weren't glowing in the dark like the stand. So it looked like it was floating.
Oh,
and yeah, the DJ stand was pretty sweet. Yeah, and then when you get into turning, there's things like ebony. This is Coca-Cola right here. See the shine that gets on that? So there's
It's really rich too. It's
yeah.
really rich color and grain. I don't know.
Yeah, these are very dense woods.
It's really beautiful.
So like I made one side cabinet that was out of cherry, and then it had turned ebony knobs, and they were just shiny black. There's just a million things you can do, and then some random things come up. If you look at what that chop saw is sitting on, there's a metal frame under there. Jacob, you might need to come over here.
It's got a little
So-
design on the front of it.
So that metal frame I found on the side of the road. So, how people in Portland put stuff they don't want on the side of the road. Well, I'm out on a bike ride and I just see this thing and I'm like, I go back and get my truck and pick it up and I want to put some black walnut on there, and then also the medallion in the middle gave me the idea of making the same thing out of wood and, maybe turning a medallion, got like a nice piece of wood and turn it, and have the same sort of idea where it just goes out to the frame and, so that's how you get ideas, and so nowadays in between jobs, if I don't have a paying job, I'll just make something, speculation, and see if I can get someone fired up about it or,
And that's how you didn't have anything to do, so you made that table that you took to where were you?
Eclectic Home. They have some incredible, they sell these natural mattresses actually. They're made out of real rubber. Very nice, most comfortable mattresses you'll ever sleep on. And he commissioned a bed actually because I brought him a table and he liked that and I made a bed. And then he commissioned a bed. Dennis down there, he's a good guy. They sell all kind of beds and it's a beautiful place, Eclectic Home. And they got ideas from me, I got ideas from them, that's how it works, and that's part of the interaction for sure,
We're having a gallery in our house. I may have told you that. It's on the 23rd of January.
Cool.
If you want to bring something over, like your newest piece that you just finished, and pass out business cards,
I'd be honored to.
A lot of artists are going to be there, and hopefully we're bringing a lot of people in to look at the art as well.
Sounds great. Yeah, sure.
We're going to have booze and food, and you can invite all your friends and family. And
nice.
Yeah.
I saw I watched one of your videos, and there was a guy that did comics.
Yeah.
And he'd given you guys some books, and if I was more on it, I would have made you something to give you, but I did have an idea with the dovetail machine sitting over there. A lot of people are looking for little boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
I might be able to show up with a few of those.
That'd be really sweet.
That'd be nice.
We're asking all of the artists to donate something small to a free will donation raffle.
Okay.
So a small box like that would really do us a favor because the more things that we can give away, the more people it's going to draw in.
Nice.
And
that's fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's the fourth. We call it the fourth F and Friday, Triple F. It's on the 23rd of January.
Okay.
At 7 p.m. is when we're going to start.
Yeah.
I want to check that out.
There's going to be music and food and booze and
it'll be a lot of fun.
Us and
so that's Luther Woodworks on Facebook. That's how you get a hold of him if you want him to do any work for you. Any last things you want to say? Or?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for being here or inviting us over to your home. Really,
sure.
It's been a pleasure.
We're having a blast, and it's great to meet new people.
Thank you so much.
He's a really good guy.
Sure thing.
All right, we love you.
Share us.